Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Daryl and this is Future Proof. This is going to be a really important video, guys, and I hope you watch it to the end because I'm going to be sharing some very important information with you, and basically how to be prepared and what's to expect in the next coming weeks and months, basically 2021. 2020 was a very shitty year for some, and for others that got into crypto around March, it was a great year. And basically, I want to show you guys what I'm expecting 2021 to bring, and I'm very excited for what 2021 is going to bring. That's why I want to share this with you. If you find the information that I'm going to share with you to be valuable in any way, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and just drop a comment below if you have any question. I'll do my best to answer them. I want you guys to take a look at this next video I'm going to play real quick, because in this episode I want to focus on how institutions plan on entering the market in 2021, and you guys need to pay attention to that because this is where the big money is entering, and I'm bringing this right to you.
That's some other time. Why Bitcoin? I mean, is it obvious? It's just on fire lately, so why not?
Well, I think it caught fire. Listen, we would have loved to have deployed the fund 3 or 4 months ago. I think it caught fire, but we're still in very, very early innings, Scott. And over the last 2 years of doing research on Bitcoin, getting comfortable with Bitcoin, of course, doing a ton of SALT talks with people like Michael Saylor, it became clear to us that we needed to create a client-friendly product, something with a $50,000 minimum that the mass affluent could access, or RIAs that we're close to could access. And it's a cheaper offering than the rest. It's 75 basis points. It's in an LP structure, which makes it easier for RIAs. And until, frankly, there's an ETF or there's a customer account somewhere where people can hold Bitcoin, this will be a way for us to democratize Bitcoin like we did the hedge fund industry a decade ago. So 4 months in the making, Scott. It started trading today with $25 million of the firm's capital. We're going to go live on January 4th for outside investors. And we're super excited. And you either have to accept that Bitcoin is a store of value or not. There are still skeptics out there. And that's why I think we're in the first inning. But after doing the research that we've done, we believe it is. And given the monetary supply and the global central banking coordination right now, this will be a very strong asset class over the next decade.
And you don't feel, I mean, I know you said you wish you would have done it 4 months earlier. You don't feel like this is a little late, right? I mean, you know, I'm sure there's somebody out there who's watching this and says, okay, you know, now that Skybridge is launching this, or anybody launching it now, maybe that's the top, that it's a little late after it's rallied as far as it's come.
Or we could be at the precursor of an avalanche of institutional investors heading in, not wanting to put it on their balance sheets in 2020, but orders indicating and orders building up from a large swath of institutions for the first quarter of 2021. I think that's the more likely scenario. But listen, this is something that has crashed upwards in the last 2.5 to 3 weeks. Not to say that there won't be volatility. We have a 3-month holding period on this. We're really trying to target our investors to think about this long term. Don't trade it. There's an expression called HODL. Most people in the Bitcoin community know what that means. It just basically means buy and hold it. This is an asset that could go up 2 or 3x from here, in our opinion. And if you look at Bitcoin over the last decade, Scott, you could put a 1 penny in Bitcoin, 99 cents in cash. It would have beaten every other asset class, specifically the S&P 500. So for us, I don't think it's late. If anything, it's the first inning. You're about to see that wave of early adoption by the institutional community.
This is huge, guys. This is huge. Oh man. So I'm gonna try to summarize a little bit what the CEO of Skybridge is trying to say. Basically, they're getting a lot of demand and a lot of interest for their fund. The important date to watch is January 4th, which is when they're gonna actually allow the public to participate in that fund. And they're following MicroStrategy's strategy, basically, and how they're gonna do this process. Another thing to keep in mind is this guy just said that Bitcoin can 2 to 3x from here. And just as a perspective, I want you to keep in mind that would mean that Bitcoin would be around $80,000 per coin. Okay, And I want to show you guys some numbers now that you should really pay attention to, because these numbers do not lie. Earlier videos in my channel, I have shared this with you guys previously. This is the Bitcoin treasuries and publicly traded companies, okay? And I need you to pay attention real quick. And you had MicroStrategy that had invested over $425 million. And one thing I want you to pay attention to is all these companies that had joined in around that time, the total was only $6 billion. Okay, this is now the updated list. All right, now guys, look at the difference. Look how many companies in a matter of 2-3 months has followed MicroStrategy's strategy and putting a small portion of their net worth into Bitcoin. This number came from 6 billion to now $22.9 billion. Okay, and this happened in few months. Literally, this is insane, guys. This is the amount of companies that now see that Bitcoin is a store of value, and to protect their reserve, they must allocate a percentage of their net worth into Bitcoin. So why are these institutions allocating that percentage of their net worth into Bitcoin, and why are they moving from the dollar? And I want to show you guys this chart because for some people you still might not get it. I want to show you. This is the DXY, which is the dollar index. And as you can see, this is the value of the United States dollar that's been continuously dropping. And I want to zoom out to show you guys something really important, because this is actually very scary. I'm going to go to the 1 week, okay? On the 1 week here, you can see, let me zoom out. You can see how much the United States dollar has been losing its value since 1986. Okay, we tried to have some pumps, but this is how much the US dollar is losing. Okay, and one thing I want to be very important that I want you guys to take a look at, this trend line here that I drew shows that the US dollar actually has broke a major resistance level, and now I do project a lot of downside movement for the United States dollar. And what does this mean for you? In reality, this means that instead of paying $5 for a cup of coffee, you're going to be paying $10. Instead of buying something that was $100, you're going to be paying close to $200 for it, because the dollar has lost its value. When you're going to travel to other countries, you're not going to be able to buy as much as you could have before. And another way to look at this, which I've spoke about in my past videos, is to look at the case of Venezuela and how it's literally cheaper to buy gasoline for your car than to buy eggs to feed your household. So this is something that I want you guys to keep in mind, and this is why I'm so bullish on digital currencies and why it is the future. So I have this additional news that I need to share with you guys, because this is even bigger. You think that there will never be a bigger news, but there is, okay? VanEck files new Bitcoin ETF proposal with the SEC under new administration. What is VanEck, right? VanEck, if you can look, they've been founded since 1955. Okay, they're an investment management firm headquarters in New York, and they currently manage $49 billion in 2019. And they're trying to come out with an ETF for Bitcoin. Okay, and this would probably be the biggest thing for Bitcoin, because if you are to go look back on what an ETF did to gold's price, you would have an idea of the potential that the ETF could do to the Bitcoin price. And after successfully launched a Bitcoin exchange traded fund in Europe, VanEck has now filed a new proposal for a new ETF in the United States. Under former chairman Jay Clayton, this guy did not like Bitcoin or digital currencies, okay? But the SEC never approved the Bitcoin ETF. However, Clayton has resigned, thank God, from his post, and changes may be coming in the upcoming Biden administration. So the new guy that's replacing Jay Clayton is actually pro cryptocurrencies from some of his last statements. So fingers crossed, hopefully this ETF gets passed, because that will definitely help the price of Bitcoin skyrocket from where it is now. I'm going to share this link on my description for you to do your own research and to be more aware of what's going on. If you appreciate that, just click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's take a pause on the news, guys, and let's look at the market. Let's do some quick analysis on what Bitcoin is doing. Ethereum is up $740. Bitcoin's at $28,891, and we have Polkadot killing it, Had some nice bags of Polkadot, and it's treating me very, very well. I want to take a look at the market with you guys because I know that you appreciate when I do some little Bitcoin technical analysis. And this is the price of Bitcoin, guys. In my last video, I spoke to you guys about that, how the uptrend is very strong and that we're going to break through this resistance and maybe touch $30,000 before we see a major retracement. I still feel this way. I feel that $30,000 is a very, very, very risky area. There's a lot of just major whales. They might be sitting up there and getting ready to just sell all their Bitcoin holdings. Because think about it, if they bought Bitcoin at $3,000, they're in major profit. So why not take their profit? And that idea came to be that maybe I might be wrong. Maybe Bitcoin might not dump at 30,000, and maybe if we do break this 30,000, the sky might be the limit because we are making all-time highs every other day now, every other day. And one thing to keep in mind is, guys, this pump is a little bit too much right now. In the sense of, like, I've been in this market and I can tell you that this is insane. This is insane and is going up, and there hasn't been any correction. At least, like, people would expect at least a 30% correction from Bitcoin to have the strength to keep pushing up. But things are not the same, guys. It's not the same as 2017. 2017, you had retail investors like me and you buying Bitcoin and buying different digital assets. Now you have big money, $100 million pocket money entering this market, and they're not just entering slowly or buying when things are low. They're buying at all-time highs because they have a 5 to 10 year outlook and they aren't trying to miss out on this train. So this is one thing to keep in mind. But me, I'm still being very, very careful around these prices. I'm not trading Bitcoin anymore. I'm just holding, which I highly recommend you all to do because this is an asset to hold for the long term. And just think about it. If you have 0.25 of a Bitcoin, you could be in the 1% in the next 10 years. That's insane to think about, but it's true. And what I'm doing here is I'm just being more careful about my altcoins. So I set up a lot of stop losses for my altcoins in case we do get that dump. If we do get a dump, I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm definitely buying Bitcoin because, as you can see, all of our dumps have been bought up automatically. And this is what happens in the bull market. Bull market dumps get bought up really, really fast. Okay. So I also want to talk to you guys about Uniswap. Guys, I gave you guys this coin at $3.33. And I told you that this project is one of the biggest decentralized exchanges there is. And a lot of people have a lot of positive experience with Uniswap. And I told you guys there's going to be a major upside. And of course, when I say, like, hey, get into this, you need to dollar cost average so you don't lose money. You buy the dips, as it dips. And as you can see, Uniswap has had a nice and beautiful pump since the $3.20 all the way up to close touching $5, a 55% increase, guys. And this is why I try to bring these projects to your attention. Another project I know I have not talked about in this channel, which I'm probably going to talk about more, is Polkadot. Polkadot, guys, is straight up killing it. Okay, as you can see, as soon as we broke out of this triangle, it was game over. And honestly, I don't know what's going to stop the price right now because there are a couple of news that you guys need to pay attention to, which I'm going to bring to you right now. So I'm here on Twitter, where I'm on the COINBASE blog. If you guys have Twitter, please follow me on Twitter. It's at dfutureproof. and it's easier for me to kind of like update you guys much quicker on Twitter. So I'd really appreciate if you guys give me a follow there to be up to date. But I want to share this with you guys too. Coinbase is going to be listing a lot of new projects, and I would follow these guys if I were you, because there's the Coinbase effect where when Coinbase lists a project, it pumps automatically, and that effect is still here. Cody is a good project that I've been watching for a while as well, and I'm probably going to buy some Cody just based off this news that it's getting listed on Coinbase. But the other coins that I wanted to bring to your attention are these: Polkadot, VeChain, okay? They're finally going to be added on Coinbase, and that's one of the reasons that Polkadot is exploding in price, and so is VeChain. But that's not only reason, because Polkadot has a huge ecosystem that is basically going to help it pump. So this is all I have for you guys today. I hope you find value in my video, and if you did, please click the like button, drop a comment if you have any questions whatsoever, and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the quickest news that I have to share with you. I hope that you guys have a great New Year's, even though it's been very weird this entire year. But 2021 hopefully will have plenty of surprises for us, and will hopefully be a much better year than 2020 was. And I hope that you guys are staying prepared. I hope that you're doing your research and you're allocating your money where it is going to grow in value instead of losing value. And I thank you for watching my video to the end. I appreciate you. Be safe, stay healthy, and stay future proof.